Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping. The minute I hit the live button, Trevor's gone.
He's back. Oh, no,
he's back.
That was clear.
Jai, play us some music. Well, then we can see if Angela's dancing back there. She's kind of, but she's not dancing. There's not even music. He's in that blurry background, just kind of like Sasquatching behind you. Her and Downsy are just back there Sasquatch. Now she's got cocktails. You're double fisted. Just
I can't decide what I need for 4 a.m.
She's still flying first class. She's like, I'll take whatever the hell I want. Trevor, you look better now. You look like your normal self. Well, maybe that's not better. You look sharp, crisp. Yeah, not sharp. Sharp wouldn't be the right word.
So I wore this hat for 3 seconds in the field.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Brand new.
All over it.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it the way that it is. Like
It's
now
like-
it looks.
It's like your toothbrush jacket.
It looks like I could go get my toothbrush sweatshirt to show you guys the pizza stain that you can still see if you know it's there. Trevor's the type of dude that would probably pay me $200 for that sweatshirt. Him and any other gay dude.
Yes.
Him and any other gay dude would pay me $200 for that sweatshirt.
Wait. Him and what?
And the other.
Gay dudes love the sweatshirt, man.
Other gay dudes?
What? Yeah. Other gay dudes love this sweatshirt.
You know
Like,
what? This is what
they
I
just have
get for
good
being
fashion
born
sense,
good looking.
They just have good fashion sense, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm just complimenting your fashion sense. I don't know why we're
Where
getting
are
all
we
uptight
going
here.
with this?
Yeah, well, maybe I'll go get it. Maybe I'll go get Jai's in the background.
Can we
Jai's
mute
somewhere
Dan? Is that a thing? Can you mute Dan?
Probably does have control to mute. No, maybe I will go get the sweatshirt. It might happen. We'll see. But welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, and that's just what day it is. And usually it's a Wednesday, but for the second week in a row, I'm traveling on a Wednesday, so we're just like it's starting to become a Tuesday show. We'll revert back. We'll get back on track. Jared, what's that?
Where are you going this time?
To see
We're
Rob.
going out to Maryland to see Robbie Dobby.
Oh, that's right.
So
Sweet.
we're gonna hang out with Rob for a couple days.
You
The
already
whole
forgot
family.
your name, right?
Yeah, we got the whole
I
family.
like
crew.
the energy. Let's go, everybody.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
Jice is coming out of nowhere, aka Jar. Sometimes he goes by Jar. Yeah. Here's what we got to do. We got some recapping to do, and then I got 5 businesses for sale for a little Price is Right. Trevor, have you played Price is Right on the show yet?
So far, I'm 100% winner.
Oh, are
in
you
the
really?
show Price is Right.
So,
That means he
so
hasn't played.
that didn't answer my question. Have you played or have you not?
I won one. Played one, won one.
Okay. Because I got you.
So I'm
All
not
right.
playing again. I'm not going to mess that up.
Okay. Whatever suits you. So Trevor and I were hanging at Lighted Up Lights for Decorators event last week. We'll recap that a little bit. Some highlights, some lowlights. Like Trevor drinking too many White Claws or whatever else we got into.
That happened.
JC and Angela just got home. Let's do a little Where in the World with JC and Angela. I want to catch up with you guys, and then we'll recap the Lights for Decorators event. We'll see what else we get into if people start asking questions and we get into business stuff. We might even get into business stuff. But JC and Angela, if I understand it correctly, it is 4:10 p.m. Eastern time, and you have been up since 10 p.m. Eastern time last night.
Yeah, I think we got a little nap in there.
Like 4 to 6.
Yeah. We got home at 5
a.m. You took a nap from 4 to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started drinking at 3.
I started drinking. This is what happened. We got home at 5:30. We were pretty much asleep by 6. And he said, "This is a bad idea if we sit down on the couch." I'm like, "I am so exhausted. I'm sick. Like I am so exhausted from being up for so many hours. I'm sick." So I'm like, I don't care if it's a bad idea. So we sat on the couch, went to bed, slept from 6 to 10.
And then I woke up, went upstairs, and then there was just no going back to bed. So
I poured some wine at 1, and I said, maybe if I just start over and have a couple glasses of wine, I'll like
It'll-
my body back into like
tired mode.
time,
Yeah.
not lunchtime.
Yeah.
And
And that didn't work.
It didn't really, wine didn't really feel good. So we didn't really drink.
So anyway, here we are. I've got a massive sty in my eye, so this hurts.
Was that what was like popping up on you when we were in the Philippines? Was that the one that is now like giving you a hell of a time?
Yeah, now it's just like fully in there and just giving me hell.
You know what you do? You just get a bar of soap and scrub the hell out of it.
Nope, don't do that.
That sounds painful.
Warm compress.
Don't do what Dan says.
Somehow coming back was a little more difficult than going there. How was it for you, Dan? Like going there felt really easy. We got on the time just like that.
It took me like a day on either end. I thought it was about the same either way. My strategy when I go overseas is to like immediately the minute I leave is to try to be on that sleep schedule and like pretend that's the sleep schedule I'm on. And try to like stay awake, maybe with like a little nap, but almost like stay awake until I'm like onto that sleep schedule fully. And so it usually involves like pushing it past like 24 hours awake right at the get-go to try to like just eke it out. And that worked on the way there, if you remember, because I got to Manila really late. It's like midnight, and then I had to get up at 4 a.m. But it was actually, I mean, just like you guys ran into, like you, as tired as you are, you get like 4 hours of sleep, and your body's like, nope, now's the time. And so that worked for me in Manila because it was like, yeah, 4 a.m., now's the time. Oh, but it is the time. I actually have to like go get on my flight or like run into the airport or whatever. So I did find when we got to the Philippines, for whatever reason, I could only like sleep in 2-hour increments. Like I was able to fall asleep when it was time to go to bed, but I would wake up every 2 hours with that like voice in the back of your head of like, you overslept. And you're like, fuck, did I oversleep? And you're like, no, it's 1:50 a.m. Damn it. So I ran into that when we got to the Philippines. On the way back, I was like, I'm just going to like grind it out and I'm staying awake. And we got up at 4 a.m. in the Philippines to start heading back. By the time I was on the flight from Korea, South Korea, I got on that flight at like 6 p.m. and I was landing in Minneapolis at 4 p.m. And that's just a trip in and of itself to be on a 12-hour flight and get back 2 hours before you left. But I was like, I'm going to try to stay awake as long as I can and just like push it. But that was just unreasonable, especially like when all the lights are off in the plane. So I ended up doing a movie nap cadence. Watch a movie, take like an hour and a half nap, but then your neck gets, I'm flat. This is maybe the benefit of flying like way in the back by the peasants is it's uncomfortable enough that you wake up and your neck hurts and you're like, I got to get up. And then I'm like, oh, I'll take a whiskey and Coke and watch another movie. And then they bring food around. And then I'm like, I was so tired. I remember watching John Wick 4, which I don't know how anybody could fall asleep during John Wick 4, but I closed my eyes a couple times like, oh. So I took another little nap and I got back and was tired, like you guys are saying. And it was 4 p.m., probably 5 p.m. by the time I got home and the kids were in the pool. So I jumped in the pool for a second. I was like, we got to walk somewhere. Like, I need to physically be moving. And so we went on a 3-mile walk to like a lake that's nearby with a restaurant on it and ate some nachos, drank some beer, got some ice cream and walked back. And so then by the time I got back, it was like 9 o'clock. And I was like, all right, like now we're getting close to bedtime. But that first night is just so weird. Like no matter what you do, like I fell asleep fine, but I woke up at 1 a.m. and then I couldn't get back to bed. Then I just sat on the couch, like watching some shit on YouTube, like some home service happy hour podcast or something. And I didn't, and that was like a Sunday night going into a Monday. So I kind of sucked that I'd like get up and have meetings right away. But of course I fell back asleep at like 4:30 in the morning to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and like start my day.
Just like we did.
and so like that night was rough. The next night though, I was like fully back. So it's like one night of where am I? What time is it? What are we doing here? Who am I? But
the good thing is on the way there, like last year when we were in Asia, he never got settled.
Oh no,
like,
every single night, 1:30, 2 o'clock, I was up, and then I was just up. So that sucked.
So this year it was really good. We had a great.
That only happened once, but we went back to bed.
Yeah.
Are marijuana gummies legal in North Carolina?
Not the legitimate ones. No, the fake ones, the Delta CBD style.
Okay. We can get like indica ones, and I find like 5 milligrams of some indica, maybe 10 if you're more well versed. And
see, CBD drinks are legal though, which has THC in it. So I drink those, and those put me out.
Okay, yeah, a little THC. You just need you need the right dose of THC, and that'll push you over the edge.
I like your.
Is that your new? Yeah, is that your new cup?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? I got this fancy new mug for my cocktail.
So we went to speaking of liquor and drinking, we went to Dubai. No, we went to Manila after we got back from Malaysia to get ready to go to Dubai, and got to the hotel. It was late at night. Didn't book a hotel because we're freaking idiots, and I just didn't think about it. And I was like, "Oh, it's freaking Manila. Everything's available."
Angela, you might need to outsource your foreign affairs person in the household. They're missing visas, they're missing hotel bookings.
Not good. Anyway, we were gonna go to one casino. They were booked, so we went to the other casino we've already been to, and we looked online and it said they had availability. We get there, and they're like, the guy's like, "We have one room left, and it's the presidential suite." And it's pouring down rain. And I'm like, look, I am not trying to freaking drive around Manila to find a freaking room. Give me the freaking room. I don't even care at this point. Get the room. And he's like, yeah, we'll send up some wine and cheese to your room tomorrow because it's already 11 o'clock at night. We're like, cool. So he sends up wine, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Angela's getting her nails done. We're packing, getting ready to leave. Threw the bottle of wine in our bag. So now you have a bottle of wine from California that landed in the Philippines and is now back in fucking North Carolina. Like,
damn, the thing is well traveled.
And it's probably an $8 bottle of wine, but it's just couldn't let it go. No.
Yeah.
My favorite part of last week's episode, that was the only time we were up in the middle of the night in Asia.
That's right. Yes.
Last week's episode. Otherwise, we slept very well the entire time in Asia, but we woke up just to hear, just so JC could comment on the show and we could listen live last week. I don't know why we didn't just sit up in bed and join. But my favorite part, Dan, was you saying that. You're like, the foreign affairs officer in the Shanowski family, which is JC, because he self-proclaimed himself in charge.
Yep. Angela's in charge. I learned this traveling with them, that JC's in charge of foreign affairs and Angela's in charge of domestic affairs. It's a household.
She was not happy to come home to domestic affairs last night.
No, she was off the hook for a while. Brad Smith says, I drank 2 THC 12 milligrams on the boat once. Pretty sure I entered another dimension. That was the first and last time I will ever do that. I am not a marijuana connoisseur by any means. When we flew down to Costa Rica, like Ben always will have some gummies and stuff with them. Leslie says I'm too chicken for that exact reason. Ben had some gummies with them, and I just assumed they were 10 milligrams because that's like what a normal little dosage is here. 5, I'm good. 10, I'm like, ooh, I'm on the edge of like how I'm feeling and how I'm acting. Like I'm giggling at everything on 10 milligrams, or I'm like, is the world coming to an end type of paranoia. So that's me on 10. We got to Costa Rica and Ben handed me a gummy on the bus. I'm like, spring break, let's go. We're having fun. I remember walking to my hotel room, like we're in the resort and I'm with Marty and the kids. And I turned to Marty and I was like, I hope you're paying attention. I have no idea where I am right now. And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, like I am not okay. Turns out Ben gave me 20 milligrams. And turns out all that we had done was we walked across the street and down a long hallway. We hadn't even taken a damn turn. Like it kind of turned at like a 10-degree angle, and we were like off of that turn. It felt like we had walked for 5 miles and taken like 17 turns. I thought there was no way I'm going to find my way back to the lobby, back to this room. I don't know what our room number is. I don't know what floor we're on. Like we had literally walked in a straight line. And I was like, I am lost forever. I am never going to be found. Like the only place you'll find me is the lost and found. I will be the lost one until you find me.
I can't do gummies. They geek me out.
Dude, 20 milligrams, highly not recommended unless you are with people that you really trust. Thank God Marty was there. She understood my condition the minute that we didn't hardly go anywhere, and I said, I have no idea where I am right now. She was like, oh boy, here we go, Dan. But we made it, and I did, and Ben continued to consume some of those gummies. I did not have another one the entire trip. I will have you know, I learned my lesson. Not for Dan. I'll stick with the beers. How was it though? How was you guys? So Vietnam was off the ticket quick. Are you gonna like Vietnam? You can go to because you need a visa. Are you gonna try to go back to Vietnam? Like, is it still on your to-do list now?
Yeah, but the funny part is Michael Hinderleiter was just there. I mean, he pretty much did the same exact trip we were gonna do. He did Philippines to grab his daughter, and then he went to Hong Kong. Then he did Vietnam, and then he came back and went to Boracay. Well, after I posted that we went to the airport and got denied because we didn't have a visa, Michael Hinderleiter texted me and said, hey, you can get an emergency visa. And I was like, that's cool. I tried it, but they won't do it on Sunday. I was like, don't tell me you had the same experience. He's like, yes, I did. We were going to the airport, and my daughter didn't know we needed a visa. So they got the emergency visa on the way to the airport. I'm like, something I wish you would have shared a week ago.
This is what social media is for. He could have posted that, and then you would have known. You would have been in the.
It all turned out for a reason, though. Like, the place that we were visiting in Vietnam, everyone that told us what to do there, the things were on the weekend, and we weren't going to be there over the weekend. So, we need to go.
They have like curbed your expectations, or like had really high expectations, and then not got to fulfill them. So,
we didn't get to do the dragon show and all those things.
But the shitty part was, we're at the airport trying to scramble to figure out where else we can go. We're going to go Thailand. Just the logistics didn't work out. We would have left and got there like the next night or something like that. So then Angela found ChatGPT, and Malaysia kept coming up. So we found a flight. It was the next day at 7:00, but we spent 12 hours trying to friggin' book the flight. I don't know why. It wouldn't book. It just would not give us any friggin' luck to book it. And it was 4:00 Monday morning. This is Sunday morning.
On like a Pacific Airlines over there, it
was Philippine Air. It was
okay.
And for whatever reason, I tried booking through the website because I didn't want to go through a third party in case something changed. Anyway, 4:00 in the morning, Monday morning. Now we're sitting there, and the flight leaves at 7. And I finally just said, "Fuck it, I'm booking through a third party," and it got approved. So we didn't have our tickets till 3 hours before the flight to Malaysia. So, get on the plane we go to Kuala Lumpur. That was a 4-hour flight. And we ended up at this little small ass airport with no food, all this foreign stuff that didn't look tasty. We still don't have a freaking resort. We're trying to figure out where to go with that. And we knew where we wanted to go, but it was just the price didn't make sense. But we kept looking at everything else. And then we had a 1-hour flight to the Langkawi. And again, we still didn't have a freaking resort, so we said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do it, and we'll figure it out later." And went to the Ritz, and it was the best experience we've ever had at a resort.
It was one of the best places I've ever been. Like the best travel experience, the best thing. But it's funny because you were at the airport with us. I mean, we literally, guys, we went to the airport with Dan. We flew from Boracay to Manila. We're on the same flight with Dan. Part ways at the airport. Dan thinks we're headed to Vietnam. He's headed to Minneapolis. And we text him. We're like, how's it going? And we're like, by the way, we can't get on our flight.
So that's
this was right after I learned JC was their foreign affairs director of the household.
I was not in a good mood. I was pissed off.
Oh, I bet.
And we had to quickly pivot. And I just was like, I didn't let it affect me for a second. I was like, well, I didn't really care about Vietnam anyway.
Well, you weren't responsible for it. You were just what did JC say to you?
Travel princess.
Travel princess. So you weren't stressed out. You were like, this is JC's.
But I took over. Here's an example of the partner needs to take over. I was like, he is clearly not in a great space.
He's mentally unprepared to handle these.
He is not okay with the mistake. And I was like, I don't really care. I was like, we'll fly somewhere. And I literally asked ChatGPT, and it just told us the place. It just gave you the complete instructions of what to do, where to go. And for those of you listening, Westerners go to Phuket. Thailand. That's where we went last year, the top 3 places, and Bali, which we're going next year. And then the third was little known hidden fact, Langkawi,
Langkawi.
Malaysia. And it's like, it's less crowded, but more beautiful than the other 2. And so there we went. And like you said last week, like it's a quick pivot. And that is the difference in entrepreneurs. Like not only like how quickly can you pivot, how quickly can you just get a new idea, but how quickly can you go all in and completely let go of what your plans were?
Yeah, what you thought you were going to do and what you're doing.
Yeah, let go of the disappointment. Don't for a second like let that dread or negativity or like, oh, I wish we would have. What if it would have been that? What that would have been like, and just all in on the new direction. And sometimes like this is a big like, I don't know, voodoo or whatever things. Like when you let go of trying to beat your plan into existence, something better is on the other side.
Trevor will appreciate this because I'm about to bring in hunting right into this thing. Because any outdoors experience is very much the same way. Whether it's fishing or hunting, you have an idea of how it's going to go. And it so often goes a different direction. And it's how fast you can figure out new information and adapt and figure it out. It specifically reminds me of the biggest buck I ever shot. I was hunting with Ben. We do this annual trip to Illinois and hunt some public land. And we had an idea of where we were going to go. He had already tagged out, so he's with me. And we're like up a tree. We had just gotten up this tree. We're like committed to this tree. And we're like, this is the spot. This is where we got to be. And we got a picture of a big buck on a different camera. And then we got another picture of a big buck on that same camera. And that camera was 40 yards off of a road right next to a parking lot on this public land. Like we really had it there to like watch the crossing at night and see if deer were. And it was like, all right, I have enough information to know that that's where something's going on. And so, I mean, like, and you got all this gear, right? It's like, now we got 2 guys, we're coming down a tree, and same thing. It was like, we can sit here and think about what if, but we're just going to fucking go. And we're going all in, and we're moving all of our shit over there. And sure enough, went over there. I hunted the rest of the day over there. We saw, actually, the buck I shot, we saw chasing a doe at like 1 o'clock. I shot him at like 4:30, whatever, like 10, 20 minutes right before dark. Biggest buck of my life. But we made the decision to pull up everything, like committed to this plan, and then said, nope, we had the wrong plan. Like we got to go do something else. Speaking of the wrong plan, we got Rob Anderson in the house. What's up, Rob?
What's up? You like my tagline?
AKA Dan's chauffeur. Oh yeah. This will be a rivalry. Thad had been Angela's son had been my latest chauffeur. Did a damn fine job. Even had a sign for me. He had a sign. What was his sign? It was something offensive though. God, what was on his sign?
AC made the sign. No,
Which one? It wasn't the prison one.
no, prison. It was.
Oh.
We'll ask if he remembers.
Ask Thad what was on the sign. It was a dandy sign though. He was committed to it. I even walked past him, and he let me walk past and come all the way back around. He's still holding the sign.
That Eckhoff?
He did have a.
No,
he
our
did-
son.
Oh, I was like, this is.
He did have a bush light for you as well.
He had a cooler full of bush lights for me. I don't know if it's legal to drink in the car in North Carolina, but I've done it twice now. So
As long as he's not being paid, it is legal. If he's for hire, then it's illegal. It's weird.
okay. Good thing I didn't pay you, Trevor. I was in the
There's a
clear.
lot of good things from this past week.
As long as,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter as long as you haven't paid them yet.
Yeah, I'll pay him later.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Oh,
Dan,
there
Dan.
Look at that. Hey,
Oh, this is one of your beers.
not no more. It's not one of my beers.
Yep.
Let's okay, Angela, you gotta find out from Thad what was on that sign. I bet he remembers it. I don't remember exactly what it said. Trevor.
Welcome
What is
home
that?
from rehab. No, welcome
Oh,
home. No, I don't think that was it. I don't think that was
Welcome home
it.
from jail.
No, that's what Hildy's was.
Hilda's is prison.
Oh, prison.
It was something like that. It was something embarrassing.
No, it was
Not so
real.
bad.
It was real. It was.
There's got to be a picture of it.
There's.
I should have got a picture of it.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of it?
I don't think so.
I feel like there's all kinds of. Like there was some more sexual stuff in there and stuff like that.
It was more inappropriate than that.
I was like, it was
More
way more
inappropriate.
appropriate than that.
I'm gonna transition here to the Lights for Decorators Light It Up event. I got to see Trevor Steele get up on stage. Trevor, was that like your first time up on stage in a group thing like that?
First real stage, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not saying this because Trevor's here, because I already told him to his face. This boy can fucking get up on stage.
Nice.
If you got a stage out there, this guy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
And Trevor, I don't want to give you a stiffy while we're sitting here or anything. It's not like I bought you a case of White Claws. But I did my first AI prompt today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. This is a big moment.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. But I went with Gemini. I was talking to Gregory, and he said Gemini sometimes gives him some better results than ChatGPT. So I went with some Gemini because we got Google Workspace anyway. I don't think I'm gonna call it Gemini though. That seems lame. I think I'm gonna name mine something else. I was gonna go with Billy. Feels like Billy.
I've actually got an idea for you. I almost
Why
called you.
not Jimmy?
Do you like Gemini better, Trevor, than like a really good trained Chat GPT?
No, but I do think Gemini is going to win the war.
You do.
Yeah, I do. They're unrolling some really impressive stuff, and their data source is so huge. I mean, it's Google. Who's got a bigger data source than Google? But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Right now, I use ChatGPT all day.
Me too. Do you want to speak on an international stage, Trevor?
Yeah, why not? What you got?
You got to come to the Philippines next year.
We got to come to the Philippines. The first one was going to be a digital international stage, but we'll talk. And then,
digital. That's international, right? I mean, digital international.
Digital international.
Yes, because when I got my first, one of my mentors, Nick Sinclair, said that if you he put me in front of a big international audience. It was international.
Yeah, let's make that happen. I want that title.
So he's like, now you're an international speaker. But Dan actually, JC called that out when he was on stage at the Philippines. He's like, now you're an international speaker.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I said it.
Now my fee went up, and I think JC appropriately he got this out there so everybody's aware that my fee has now gone up from a beer to a 6-pack.
Correct.
It was two. It was one shitty beer to a 6-pack. Yeah.
Of shitty beers.
Yeah.
So I had an idea, Dan.
Yeah.
You need to take your data from your home service. You can do it industry related. If you upload your P&Ls from each of your clients into ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT to create industry standards for top line revenue, whatever, it'll tell you exactly what the standard is, because who has more data than you in the pressure washing world for that kind of thing. You can find out how much should you pay yourself according to industry standards, how much should you spend on marketing and this would be real-time stuff, and you could ask it all kinds of cool questions.
The real funny thing about that is I've already done all that work. I just did all the work. But when we send all of our clients their dashboards at the end of the month, we measure it against the industry standards of that.
But can you do it in real time?
Once they reconcile it.
Yeah.
We still need to reconcile their books. But I think the interesting thing is I don't think we should compare ourselves against the average. I push everybody a little bit harder than that, right? On average, home service businesses aren't very profitable, right? A few people are really profitable. A lot of us are making 10% income.
Mm-hmm.
Even after taking a wage, maybe 15 when we really get it going. But a lot of times we're in the 5 to 10 and we're still figuring it out. We're not as profitable as we should be. I try to push people towards the 15 to 20, but most of us aren't hitting the targets. But in any business, it's so dependent on like how fast, like there's this give and take of how fast you want to grow. Do you want to grow from marketing? Do you want to grow from salespeople? Do you want to, are you going to go rent a 6,000 square foot building like Rob and have a sign and try to like grow into it? Or are you going to try to
12,000 square feet.
12,000 square feet? My bad.
It costs 6,000.
Okay. Yeah. 6 rang a bell. It seemed like
Yeah.
the right number. But there's a lot of ways to grow a business, right? So it's like, what's the investment strategy to grow it? And then we're like measuring against the norms. But I do think, and I've been leery of doing this, I think I could train AI to do some of the analysis against those industry standards.
Yeah.
Because I say a lot of the same things over and over and over and over and over. Because if you're missing a target, it's one of like a few things. I've been leery about teaching AI that because I feel like it's a thing that I know, but not a lot of people know. I just get a cool lens to watch it. And so there's a weird part of me that's afraid to like teach it to AI because then it's just out there and then everybody has access to it. But also I live in the fucking world. So I probably just need to like get on board with it. So I'm taking baby steps. I'm coming. I prompted it once. I got an answer. We did things.
I'm going to speak this out there because it's true. Just because you haven't typed it into AI to teach it, AI knows everything that you put into your computer. Every keystroke, everything you say, everything.
And everything that people much, much smarter than us is saying as well.
It's not, it's everything.
Sorry, Dave.
No, you're right. You're right.
Everything that you've said to a client that you think is your proprietary stuff, even though you haven't typed it into ChatGPT, your phone is listening and it's already got it. It's already had it. Like that's the
JC's eyes are bugging, dude.
True.
They're bugging. He looks
So
like he's about to pass out.
We've ever had, it already has it. So
you're right. You're right. We got Ron Roby checking in. Says, cheers. Ed Aaron's on vacay in Wisconsin Dells. I'm about to be on vacay in Salisbury, hanging with Rob over there.
Give me a reason to come up there and hang out with my family. That's where my crew's at.
Up in Salisbury.
You had one reason. Now you have two. So,
Dan, it's kind of funny that like you're going in the rotation.
See you next weekend.
For people on the show right now, like who you're visiting. You're with 4 days for us, then you're 3 days with Trevor, and then Rob.
I wish I could have made it up to light it up. That looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
We missed it. We love that.
It was honestly, it was the first time I've had a chance to actually like hang out in length with Jimmy. I've always felt like I should hang out with Jimmy, and
Jimmy's nuts, dude. Jimmy's wild. That's what many people don't know about Jimmy. That dude is wild at heart. Like
he's a blast, but which like therefore I should hang out with him, right? Like that sounds fun to me. But I've never had the opportunity, never like had the time set up to go and do that. And so my biggest intent of going to that event was just to Ron says, if you know the right prompts, she's absolutely correct. You can find out about anything and clients as well. It's all out there.
We should test that on Ron Musgraves right now. Should we ask ChatGPT who Ron Musgraves is?
Test him. But it was my purpose in going was really like to support Jimmy and like get to hang out with him a little bit more, which we got a lot of chances to do that. And it was my favorite type of event. I think there are 50-ish people there, I'll say. And that side, like if it gets much bigger than that, you start losing the opportunity to like really connect with everybody there. So it was a super cool opportunity to just like spend enough like quality time hanging out with good people. And being able to hang out with Jimmy. Cause a lot of times, like when people are putting on a conference, Angela, no offense, but like I see you more when we're guests at somebody else's conference, but like at your summit, I didn't get to hang out with you as much as I otherwise would have liked to because you're swamped, right? Like you're in it, you're busy, you're doing your thing. And so it was kind of nice that it was a little bit smaller. So Jimmy's tied up and trying to coordinate stuff all day, but then once we're doing shit at night, we're drinking and having fun and playing games. And man, I'll tell you what though, that whole freaking Tompkins family, man, I don't think they do anything else besides play like yard games and arcade games. I don't know
They'll
what,
gamble.
but
So
they
Gamble and
gamble,
play
they
games.
play bean bags. I don't know, but those kids and even his wife, they're all freaking ringers. They're nuts.
Yeah, you should see him in go-karts.
Oh, I'll wax his ass in go-karts, man. I'll run him right off track. I drive like a dick. I do the same in my regular car. Hey, Rob, by the way, which vehicle are you borrowing me?
Well, we could just put you in a familiar F-150, just like your old Burgundy F-150.
I can rip around a 2011 F-150 with the best of them. No, I'm not that aggressive a driver, but I do go-karting. I'm the guy getting yelled at by the go-kart place.
Yeah.
I don't hold back.
Sir, you need to set your beer outside of the go-kart. But what about the ones that are by my feet?
That sounds about right.
What's in the cup there, pal?
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, just a little whiskey and Sprite.
Oh, Sprite. Okay, Sprite.
I don't have any beers in my fridge downstairs. I don't have any Cokes in my fridge downstairs.
That's
It
a
was
message.
almost-
That's
it
a
was almost
clear
just
message.
Straight tequila. I almost had to go straight tequila. I didn't know what else to do. I just panicked and was like, "Oh, this goes all right." Light
That
it
is
up.
a clear message from the
Is
wife,
great.
buddy. She's telling you she's sick of your traveling.
No, I mean it's my fault. I just haven't made it back to the liquor store. Like there's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame.
Just kidding.
Can you DoorDash liquor in Wisconsin or wherever you are, Minneapolis?
Yeah, can you DoorDash?
Yeah, I think you can. Yes, you can, because back in the day, Kaplan, for one of my birthdays, Kaplan got me like 5 cases of Natty Light and delivered them to my doorstep, but I wasn't here. So then my neighbors had to come and receive 5 cases of Natty Light.
See, that's what I was going to send you 12 cases of Busch Light for your 12th client. And then I was like, oh, what if he's not home? I'll send you 12, whatever I sent you 12 of 12.
That's what I did
12
for my
broadheads.
When he hit 2 years, I got him 24 cases of Bud Light. And I made that video like, congratulations, Andy. And all you can hear in the back of the vehicle is clink, 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 because there's so many beer bottles going.
This is an employee, so I guess he didn't show up on Monday.
Nah, I think he always had a few of those in him. He's a Marine, so of course he was drinking Bud Light all day long. But,
As opposed to a cold can of Busch Light. Trevor, any other any like takeaways that you had from other speakers or anything else at Jimmy's event?
I mean, anytime Jimmy talks about numbers, I pay attention. He's got a different way of delivering, which is really cool. And obviously, anytime you talk about numbers, I pay attention. I like that a lot of the focus was a little bit deeper in business. You know, it almost inevitably ends in leads and how do you generate more leads and social media and, you know, the surface stuff. So this one was a little more in depth, which was pretty cool. And like you said, there wasn't a whole lot of people there. So I think there were a lot of storms out. So a lot of flights were canceled and some last minute people just didn't show up. So it made a more intimate group. So it was pretty cool.
And then Angus Barn is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cool place.
Yeah. The it's like the give and take of having a free event, right? There should have been so many more people there. Like I get Jimmy's strategy, but I have a hard time with how much stuff he gives away.
Oh my gosh.
The amount of money that dude
What do you think
spent,
it costs him? 30, 40 grand?
I would have guessed closer to 100. By the time it's all said and done, maybe not 100, but at least 50. By the time you reserve that, all the food, all the drinks, that space, all the gear.
All the lights he brought in. That was a lot of lights.
So I got to know what that look was that Angela just gave JC. I have to know. When you said at least 50, she looked straight at him like, what?
No, like,
I told you.
No, I just like, I can relate. Just, I looked at him like, we know what sales boost cost the last.
Yeah. And
we know what the summit cost.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know how much you guys spent on the summit, but I can do some math. I have a pretty good idea, and it's such a big investment to take care of people, but it always pays off, right? It's so many people don't have the guts to do that play and to invest in people and build a better world, and like it always pays off, but it's risky, and we know that if people pay for stuff, they have a way better chance of showing up.
Right.
But it's like it's a double-edged sword either way. So I still can't. It's crazy to me that Jimmy does all that for everybody for free, and even I forget how like exactly the moment, but I tried to like pay for some barbecue or something like that.
Oh yeah, he won't allow it.
Jimmy texted me. I think I got up to go to the bathroom at some point, and he texted me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, check your phone case." I opened it up. There's $50 in there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
yeah. Your 50 was no good.
I saw him do it.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I suck at counterfeiting money. Like, I gotta get better. Sorry, dude. Like, but like he so wants to take care of everybody, and like that's my kind of dude. I love that about him. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's paying it forward. I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Take care of people, and then, you know, if you go to those free events where really everybody's actually being hustled and none of them are actually free, like there's still that cost. It still costs a lot to go to those things. You're still investing your time and energy, and also obviously not doing something else. So
yeah. The difference is between his events and other events is he's got nothing to sell, right? Well, I'm sorry, his speakers have nothing to sell. For the most part, they're not up there trying to push their social media campaign. I mean, Ashley was obviously selling something. Dan, you obviously have something to sell, but it wasn't like buy into my program and this is why you should do it. They're providing real value. You know, I'm not going to mention any names right before August, but not all shows are like that.
Are you saying that there's a big show in August where there's a lot of pitching?
I'm not saying anything.
Let me be really clear, though. Let me be really clear. I didn't sell anything. I didn't sell anything when I was on stage because I totally forgot. I do that every time. I always forget to sell shit. I think it's also because like I don't care if I sell shit or not. Like people will know they can come to me for help, and in the long run, that will generate revenue. I did have 2 slides after my closing slide of like, hey, if you need bookkeeping help, here's what we do. Here's what it looks like. Here's my QR code. I just put my last slide up there and like my last bam. And then I was like, I'm out of here. Microphone down.
I need another beer, please.
And I was like, oh shit, I forgot to sell stuff again. Oh well, maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll sign some people up at the event.
Did Jimmy actually play our video? Did everybody just take a picture and then Jimmy's like, all right, we're done with these guys?
No, he played it. He played it during our lunch, which actually played out really well because we weren't. You know, I think if you just sat us down and said, "Watch this," probably they'd be on their phone, right? So it was like it was good.
Yeah, we chatted like we did it the second day, and we were chatting about it. That we went to dinner, Trevor and I, and Jimmy and his wife, and then a couple of
interesting.
Boys. And then Ryan Lee came out and joined us, and we were just hanging out at like in the Angus Barn restaurant, checking it out. Grant Hubbard's in the house. What's up, Grant?
Which room did you guys go to?
Which what?
Which room did you guys go to for dinner?
Just up the stairs.
We went through the turkeys. We addressed the turkeys.
There's like a transition from that bar area to the main, like
okay. I didn't know
kind of in the lobby, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, we went to the kitchen to go to the room when we were there last time. It was the old cigar room, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. We know exactly what you're talking about. Very cool. We were right, you know, the entrance into that room. We were in that like balcony area.
Gotcha.
We had a lot of vulnerable stories, including I'm not going to tell anybody else's stories. That Trevor had a good one, but I got into my mom had a song written about her.
Oh no, this is not. Yeah. Can we go to like a commercial break or something?
Do a split right now. Right now.
I do miss being on live radio for the commercial breaks. Be like, oh, it's commercial break.
Commercial break.
Even if it's not real.
We do have commercial breaks. I
have to pee.
Dan just forgets to run them.
Oh, Jai's got it. Jai's got it under control.
I got to pee.
Run them next week.
Are we live?
Trevor?
Yeah, this is right there.
We are live on Turf's Up?
Yes, we are.
We're happening. We're doing it.
Yes.
Jai, did you figure out how to get us live on the Instagrams?
Nah, I can't.
We'll figure it out.
Says
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, figure it later. Yeah.
We're gonna get it later.
And I joined the world of band. Or band or whatever. My LinkedIn got hacked. Somebody changed my profile picture, did all the things in the last, which is probably why I couldn't sleep last night. So,
oh man, I feel for you.
Oh shoot.
So you're just like out, or
no,
are you still in the process of somebody else is running your account?
I'm
Like
in the
they're
first. I'm in the first 24 hours of I have a unique situation, whatever. Now, my ID doesn't match my name because I have not been able to change my ID to Angela Chanowski. So we'll see if I can get it back.
Oh yeah. It'll be interesting to see how LinkedIn handles something like that too. And do you want should we all go on and report it right now? Is that what we should do? Should we go report your LinkedIn? Is there a way to do it?
I think I have a better chance on LinkedIn because my profile was associated with a company that I own, and the website domain
don't give payment info too. I mean, with LinkedIn, if you have a premium account,
I don't have a premium account. But anyway, just feel for you. It's a bummer. The social people control us if you get hacked.
I did. Which brings me around to I think what we're gonna end the show with, because I got to jump off in 7 minutes here. I'm gonna keep our prices right loaded up for a future episode, but we won't get to it today. I hired Mike Marlowe told me about hacked.com, which is if your account gets hacked, their resource to do all the things, and so. I think I spent $600 or $700 to try to get my Facebook account back. There's no guarantees, no promises or anything, but they go through your state attorney general. They message them. They message every senator and there's another word for government people in your state. That you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
The people.
Convicts.
Yeah, convicts. Yeah, convicts. So they send messages to those, and then they send a demand letter to Facebook and another one to Facebook's legal team specifically with here's what's going to happen and take you to small claims court. Where's Downsy? Where's Downsy in there?
Why did Cole Sickafoose just send us that?
Yeah.
How? Why?
Why is a better question.
There's aliens behind me, or it's confusing electrical outlets wherever they are.
Sorry, we interrupted you, Dan. That was I had to do that.
So anyway, as of yesterday, we're blasting off all of our congressmen and women, senators.
There you go.
Yeah, convicts, men and women. And we'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you posted, but we ain't done yet. Damn it!
You want me to call Mark?
Yeah, I do.
I watched that movie, The Social Network, and it's actually a really good movie. I didn't realize how smart.
Yeah,
good flick. Yeah,
that's the end of that. Oh man, somebody get him a pillow.
I watched this movie, The Founder. It made me really hungry.
Somebody get that boy a pillow.
I was hoping JC was going to
I watched this movie once, and it was good.
That was it. It was good.
Yeah, I think that's actually.
I'm just messing with you.
Hey, Jared. I think that's perfect commentary of that movie. That's all that needs to be said.
Nailed it.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
Good job, man.
Find me on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's your part-time gig, is leaving reviews on movies.
Yes.
This was good.
I think it's one of the people
JC,
though.
this was good.
Hey, the two dudes, the Ebert and whatever they're getting.
Roger and Ebert.
Yeah, their reviews were 2 thumbs up. I'm pretty sure JC did better than that. It was pretty good.
The movie. I think you were talking about how smart he
funny.
was. If I had to get in when you have how can I have dinner with somebody or have a conversation? He's not number one, but he'd be in my probably top 15, 10.
Who, Mark?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
He's not even on the list.
15?
No.
He's not on the list of 15. He's smart. Have you watched the movie?
Oh,
mean,
you
it's
know,
still
I heard the movie was pretty good.
No. He said not the movie was good. He realized how smart he was. Like some people,
You don't
they
have to
just-
defend him. I know you're
right.
newlyweds, but
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just messing around.
He is
Get
smart.
him, get him, babe.
think
Yes.
outside the box, you guys. Like some people that just think so differently than.
If anybody goes missing next week, it's all Angela's fault.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
I forget.
Oh,
So while we were at the UG Summit,
Cute.
Angela had us play a game, which I totally forgot that you had brought it up on the podcast. Like I didn't remember any of you like when you recollected, like, hey Dan, we talked about this before. I was like, oh yeah, we did. But like while the game was happening, I had no recollection that it had come up on the podcast of like this game and how it's played. But my kids, we were watching something. God, I forget what the hell it was, but same type of scenario where it's like, here's a game and here's the rules, and you got to follow. Oh, it was on Mark Rober, the YouTube dude that's like a engineer and it does a lot of cool shit. So he was giving rules to some of his engineers and like having them play similar games. And I was teaching my kids, like, anytime you're in a game scenario like that, you just got to listen closely to what the rules are, but also what they're not. And I think that exercise, Angela, was so cool to do with your team. I think you should do one every year. Did I tell you about the plastic bottle, like, or the glass of water and having to flip it over and over and over down the line? We'll have to like look up different games like that. But I think especially for the teams in the Philippines, they're conditioned to do what they're told in a way, and follow instructions. And so like culturally, especially to get them to think about like, how can I go around a thing or over a thing or under a thing, which is like not, they're very rule following. And as entrepreneurs, we're the opposite. We're like, oh, fuck these rules. Like I'm either going right through them or I'm going to boo. Like
But you didn't say we couldn't do this.
Yeah.
We had for BBB right before the huge one year.
That's
like
the game.
That's the game.
And it was like within like the first round, our team won, and then everybody else was like, oh, every bit of these rules or whatever. Now we figured out a way. Instead of it was supposed to be like suicide drills, running forward and backwards to like drop this thing off and then you got a point or whatever. And then we realized like Trevor and I can just literally pass the things together. And as long as everybody's touching each other's shoulders, we could just rack up infinite points. Got out of control quickly.
That game that we played, Rob, that exact game was huge. I got the instructions from Sid of like exactly what I was supposed to say. And that when we played it at the huge, I talked about it forever and ever. Like it so impacted me. And
it was funny though. I don't think any other team, I'm gonna like put it in air quotes, cheated, right? Like every other team that first round played by the rules that were implied, except for me. And I haven't played the game before.
Dirty American.
I'm also conditioned to like, that's my jam, is to be like, oh, you think I got to do it this way? Like and I've played enough of those games over time that like I know what the setup is. So I'm like listening specifically for it. And Jai and I were joking during that game of like, man, if we got one more round, like here's the things we would have done differently. I didn't think about stacking the cones. We didn't think about stacking the cones, but I think we would have got there. But it was so interesting to me that like people are so conditioned to follow implied rules instead of actually like play the game. We just think we know how it's supposed to go instead of actually innovate and create and find new solutions.
Like taxes.
Well, what you've also got to wonder is in a situation like that, when others see what you're doing and realizing, oh, hold on, I'm confining myself to this small area. I can actually open up to that. And you're gonna have the ones that are like, I don't care, I'll just lose. I'm okay with this. I must follow meter maid rules and be okay.
To that point, it was funny. I got to jump off here in a minute, but well, actually, like a minute ago. But even the second round, after I had exposed the flaw of the game or whatever you want to call it, there were still teams that played the same way that they did the first time. Like they were still afraid. Even, and it wasn't like you were like, oh, Dan cheated. You're like, yep, they scored the most points. And there were still teams that were tossing rings out there and like, yep, these are the rules. This is how we play the game. It's just so funny how like conditioned people are to.
Slippery slope though for employees, because they're like, well, you didn't tell me I couldn't do this. You gave me one part of the rule, but not the other. So I'm not showing up today because you didn't say I could.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You said don't be late. You didn't say anything about not coming.
Exactly.
You can't be late.
We're ending on that. We're ending on that. Jai, play me some closeout music. Rob, I'll see you tomorrow whenever you're chauffeuring me.
Yes, sir.
Sometime late morning. JC and Angela, go to bed or don't. Maybe stay up for like another 4 hours. Stay up for like another 4 hours. Vodka Red Bulls. Get after it. Home service homies. I'll see you guys. Trevor, peace out. Nerds, I'll see you guys tonight. I got Katie Donovan from Camp Digital, who's been on the show before, marketing nerd right here in my hometown, not hometown, my current residence of Minneapolis. I'm a Packer fan, y'all. Go Pack. Get out of here, bikes. But Katie's awesome. So she's coming on the show with me tonight to catch up, nerd out. You don't want to miss it. And then I'm hanging with Rob the rest of the week. So we'll see you later. Peace out.